Number 5. What is Ramadan? Ramadan is the 9th month in the Islamic calendar where Muslims worldwide are supposed to fast from dawn to dusk, and it is regarded as one of the 5 pillars of Islam. The Ramadan month can either be 29 or 30 days depending on the sightings of the crescent moon, which is checked during the dusk of the 29th to determine whether it's going to be a 29-day Ramadan or a 30-day Ramadan. Because of this, different countries may end their month either earlier or later than the rest of the world. Ramadan is technically a month of restraint and for cleansing the soul. Fasting is obligatory for all adult Muslims except those suffering from an illness, traveling, elderly, pregnant, breastfeeding, and women on their period. Fasting consists of refraining from eating, drinking, smoking, and engaging in sexual relations during the time period of dawn to dusk. There's also the extra enforcement for refraining from doing anything sinful, such as gossiping, anger, envy, slandering, lying, lust, and any sorts of violence, which could actually negate every good deed they have done. Other than refraining oneself from sins, it is also a month to increase their good deeds and seek forgiveness from not just Allah, but from everyone as well. This is because the month of Ramadan is said to be the month where any good deeds would be more rewarded compared to any other months of the year. Number 4. What do people practice during Ramadan? We know that Muslims fast during Ramadan, which is obligatory. Zakat, which is another pillar of Islam, is also obligatory during Ramadan. Zakat is a form of almsgiving, or technically a type of religious tax where the money collected is then given to those in need such as poor people, orphans, and a few more. Other non-obligatory practices includes suhur, which is the pre-fasting meal eaten before dawn, iftar, which is the meal to break the fast at dusk, nightly prayers that they call tarawih, charity, which I don't need to explain, and reading the Quran. Number 3. Muslim countries. In some Muslim countries, people can get prosecuted for not fasting and or flouting such behavior openly. Different countries have different penalties, some much more heavier than others. This could be seen from Bulgaria in October 2008, where 6 people were jailed for 4 years along with a fine of $1,300 because of not fasting. Then there's the UAE, where the punishment would only be a few hundred hours of community service. But not all Muslim countries have punishments for failing to fast. Also, in most Muslim countries, the working hours are usually a bit shortened during the month to keep a balance between religious activities and work. Now, just like Christmas and Halloween, Ramadan and Eid al Fitr are now commercialized, and this is the time where most things are either on sale or prices would suddenly increase. Number 2. Fasting times. As stated earlier, fasting is done from dawn to dusk. This means some countries have shorter fasting times, while others longer. But it is said that for countries in the most northern regions of the hemisphere, where the days become excessively long, the Islamic scholars says that they may follow the fasting hours of the nearest city with a reasonable amount of daytime, or they may follow the time in Mecca. Number 1. Eid al Fitr. Eid al Fitr means the festival of breaking the fast, which is a religious holiday celebrated by Muslims worldwide. It marks the end of Ramadan, and as it is a festival, no one is permitted to fast on the day no matter how pious they are. It is also the start of the 10th month in the Islamic calendar called Shawwal. The way people around the world celebrate Eid al Fitr is different, and it actually depends on their own culture. Some countries only celebrate it on the day after the last day of Ramadan, some celebrate it for a few days, while some countries consider the festivities to continue the whole month of Shawwal. The only similarity for all is that there are the early morning prayers on the day of the Eid, people ask for forgiveness to everyone they meet, and it's the day for feasting and family gatherings. There are also the different cultural practices for Eid, such as having lanterns or colorful lights around their houses, streets, and even mosques, celebrating with firecrackers and fireworks, and of course a lot of food.